committee. And what's interesting to me about the group of people around this table is these are all people who know how to work with law, policy, and technology to affect change. So the example that was given much earlier about that you brought in, Brad, about Twitter's kind of hack to the software patent problem is an innovative thing that can be done or built or created in order to solve the problem. I spent an hour yesterday with Todd Park, and if anyone around the table has spent an hour with Todd Park, you know what a just totally delightful day it made yesterday. And he told me a great story, which I think is relevant here. So we were chatting about, I sat down with Todd and said, you know, we've been telling this story for a year or 2 years about how releasing open data and building a bunch of apps is going to lead to changing the economics of the healthcare system. But there seems to be a bit of underpants gnomes in between. So it's like apps, underpants gnomes, healthcare, all great, and wellness at the other side. I said, what's going on with that middle bit in the story? What's actually been happening in the last 6 to 12 months? And he said, well, it's interesting. He said, open data is really the catalyst. It's the absolute necessary injection that's provided through government intervention, but it's also the little-known part of the Affordable Care Act, which actually provides that the new Innovation Center at Medicare has a $10 billion R&D budget. People may know this or not. I wasn't fully aware of this. And the Innovation Center has the right to test with data, new ways of paying for healthcare that will improve quality or cost. If it works to improve wellness, then HHS can scale, is authorized through rulemaking to scale the change without further legislative interaction. So he said that is this little hack in the bill, the little thing that we could build or do that really has the potential, combined with the open data and the app development, to really lead to changing the economics of healthcare to pay for wellness instead of paying for fee-for-service. So I want to just sort of raise the question about what are the things that we can actually build. So there's a set of interventions that relate to what are the things we can do to, create our own fun pack and really sort of lobby in a new way and engage with the current incumbents. But the question I would ask for the next session is what are the different things that we can build? And from Twitter, Alex Howard mentions, he says, what about we need to build a wiki for implementing open data policy in New York City, for example. So he's pitching his particular issue here, which is what is that wiki that we can build? I'm spending all of my time now in building the Wikipedia for firms and corporations, because I believe if we don't have corporate transparency about who owns whom, we can't do any of the other things that we're talking about. So I think this question, coming back originally, it might have been Stephen who said, or maybe it was you, Brad, who talked about the goal here being enabling groups on a local or national level, whatever it is, on the web to set a goal and accomplish it together. What are the kinds of things what's the sort of basic toolkit of stuff that we can build? Some of it's legislative, some of it's about engaging with Congress to fight the fight against censorship, but some of it is about fighting for promoting those positive values. And I would sort of ask, what are the 5 things we actually need? What are the basic kind of backbone on the technology side, on the policy side, and on the legislative side that we should be thinking about?
I'll throw out one thought that's consistent with the Twitter hack on patents, which was essentially trying to devolve the control over the patent to the creator to push it to the edge. And another thing that goes back to the notion of where your data is that might have an impact is if services were to provide a toggle for their users that said, essentially, where do you want your data? Onshore, offshore, US, Iceland. And if they provided that toggle, it would allow users to express essentially a sentiment about the direction of policy that might actually cumulatively create some impact. So it's, again, the hack is not requiring policy to be changed, but rather just exposing a sentiment. And I think there's probably a number of those in the basic principle being pushing to the edge the ability to voice something.